Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber, and in this video we have an unboxing from thecubicle.us. In here we have 3 new puzzles, one of them being this massive Yuxin 11x11. So let's go ahead and get started with this guy. So here is the new Yuxin 11x11. This is a pretty massive puzzle. Here it is next to the 9x9. If you guys have seen my 9x9 unboxing, this one does have the pink and the lighter shades compared to the 7x7, which I also just unboxed. I mentioned in that video that Yuxin is working on a 8x8 and 10x10 and 11x11. And so this is the 11x11, which means we've seen all of the odd layer puzzles. We've seen the 7x7, 9x9, and 11x11. So hopefully soon we'll see the 8x8 and the 10x10. Now this puzzle is absolutely massive. It feels really big. I don't think it's the same size as the Shengshao, but just comparing it, yeah, it is a little bit bigger. So the outer layers are like a bit wider. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. So just holding the cube, it feels a lot looser than the 9x9 and 7x7. So let's go ahead and do some turns. Yeah, it does. It is a bit of a looser feeling. It's still very fast, and all the layers also feel pretty much the same. The outer layers are a bit quicker, but the inner layers have a very similar feeling to all the outer layers. This one also feels relatively dry, so it feels like I should drop like some silk in it or something, because it feels like a bit, a little bit sluggish and a bit dry. So let's go ahead and do a checkerboard pattern. Alright, so there we go. It looks really, really nice. I'm still not a huge fan of the pink. I think it would be better with red. I would like to see this cube come out with a normal color scheme like the 7x7, because I'm not a huge fan of these bright shades. But, you know, they're not bad. It's definitely going to look cool in the collection. This is my third 11x11. I have the original Yuxin 11x11. So if you guys don't know, the first 11x11 ever was by Yuxin before they made like actual speed cubes, and it was pretty bad. It popped a lot, had a terrible mechanism. It was pretty much just a straight V-cube knockoff. And then of course the Shengshao 11x11, and now this one. So here is the original Yuxin 11x11. This one's been re-stickered, but as you can see, it was pillowed, and it was just not as good at all. It just popped a lot, had a very kind of weird feeling. But yeah, so these are the 3 11x11s out now, and I have them all, which is awesome. Anyways, that's about all I've got to say on this 11x11. There's not a whole lot to say about it, really. It's just really nice turning, really big. It's going to be fun to solve this thing. Let me know if you want to see a solve video. I did a full solve video for the Shengshao 11x11, so if you'd want to see another one, let me know and I'll do it with this one. So let's go ahead and move on. Next thing we got in the box is the Ivy Cube. So this is a new QiYi Mofangi puzzle. It's a non-WCA. It's a Scube mod, I've heard, but it looks remarkably similar to a Cubiminx. So here's a Cubiminx, the original one made by Tony Fisher, and this one just looks like a more curvy version of that. And this one also doesn't have movable tips like it would on a Pyraminx. So I guess this is made from a Scube, but it's basically a Pyraminx. So let's go ahead and turn it. Okay, it doesn't have any ball bearings or anything. No, nothing to click it into place. It's very, very smooth, definitely. Yeah, that's a nice feel. The turning is actually a little bit weird to get used to. Like, it's just kind of strange. For some reason, I expect it to be able to turn on every corner like a Scube, but of course that doesn't work. This is going to be super easy to solve, so... Alright, let's go ahead and give this a solve. Okay, so I'm trying to wrap my head around how to treat this like a Pyraminx. So I think like this whole corner right here would be a face. So that means that, yeah, we can take this edge out like that, and then like could like put it in like that. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll do the same thing with the white one. And then we should be able to just cycle all 3 of these edges around by doing that. And there we go. So yeah, solves exactly like a Pyraminx. Actually kind of tricky to get your head around it, but didn't take me that long to figure it out. Very simple puzzle, kind of just like a little novelty item. I think it looks cool. So yeah, that's the Ivy Cube. Alright, last but not least, we've got the actual main focus of this video, which is the new QiYi 4x4, which is the WuQue. I didn't know how to pronounce it in Cubed. I was calling it like the WuQue or something like that. I don't know. But it's actually pronounced the WuQue. So there you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this thing up. This is part of the Wu line, I guess, in that QiYi has been coming out with. So there was the WuQue, the 6x6, and I think there's also a 5x5 and a 2x2 or something like that. I think there also might be a 7x7 that's at least been announced. I'm not sure if it came out. But anyway, this is the 4x4, and I'm excited to check it out, actually. So here we go. So this cube does have the half bright shades that was on the Valk. I'm assuming that's the new stock shades for Mofang. That would make sense. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this thing some turns. Ooh. I have a feeling I'm going to like this cube a lot. Right out of the box, it feels remarkably similar to the Mini Aosu. It's a bit crunchy, and it's a little bit like unstable. Like I noticed that it's a little bit loose, even though it's not like super fast, which means sometimes the pieces kind of like split apart a little bit when you're turning it. It's kind of a weird feeling to describe, but it's something that happens on my Mini Aosu. The inner layers are really smooth. They kind of feel like a 2x2. Like I could just turn the middle layers and not have to worry about the outers turning at all. Yeah, it definitely feels like I could use some lube. It's a bit slow, a little bit sluggish. Definitely could use a bit of lube. I wonder if they're going to come out with a premium version of this puzzle. If they do, I'll definitely get it, but I think right now they've only done 2x2s and 3x3s, so I don't know if they'll do 4x4s. That would be cool if they did. So corner cutting, about line to line. Let's see, inners, it's good. Everything's good. So that's good to see. Doesn't feel like popping is going to be an issue at all. I don't know about middle pieces. That's always the one thing that tends to pop out on 4x4s. These middle layers actually don't feel very nice at all. Actually, that's kind of not good to see. Like, yeah, they're pretty bad. I'm sure that'll get better with breaking in and a bit of lube, but out of the box, doing like parity is pretty nasty. I'm gonna see if I can open this thing up. We'll take a brief look at the mechanism. There we go. So here's the edge piece. Definitely pretty basic. Reminds me a lot of the Aosu. It does have this little extra flare right here, which is kind of like this little extra torpedo, which is kind of cool. Yep, does split in half just like that. There's also this little line right through the edge right there, so kind of like a little track, which is kind of cool. So there's the edge piece. We've got the center here. Also very similar to kind of like a Shengshao center. It's just got this little tab here to prevent the pops. This little cap comes off right there, just like that. And then I think it splits in two. Does it? Oh, it might not. Okay, so I think it's just the cap that comes off. Yep, so that's the center piece. And then finally, we've got the corner piece, which has kind of got this cool little dual stock kind of thing. I guess that fits in with the edge, which would go like right here. Yeah. So that's kind of like how that fits together. Huh, that's cool. So that was just a quick look at the mechanism. Overall, the WuQue 4x4 looks really promising. I would say this does have potential to become my main, and I'm excited to use it more. Hopefully I'll be making a review of this puzzle pretty soon. And yeah, that's about it for this unboxing. So we've got the Yuxin 11x11, the WuQue 4x4, and the QiYi IV Cube. Also, one thing I didn't mention that I did get were these two stands. These are clear stands. I have basically every color of stand that the Cubicle has, except I think these are new. So it's got this little wireframe logo, their normal logo. The blue is definitely a lot brighter compared to the business card. Anyway, that's cool. And then the actual text. So I got two of these, so that's cool. So the links to buy everything will be in the description. Also in the description will be QiYi's Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to see a little bit more about these puzzles and the other puzzles that they've made, you can check that out. Anyways, that's all I've really got to say about this video. Thanks to the Cubicle for making this video possible. If you guys like this video, give it a like. And if you haven't already done so, like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, support me on Patreon, and of course subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.